down on your knees, and then rising up on your toes and sinking your heels, or rather your glutes down onto your heels. And you'll feel the stretch in your Achilles, and it stretches out the bottom side of your foot. So a little bit different sensation than what we usually find. And this can be very, very confrontational, especially the longer we sit here. So if you have to untuck your toes and sink back down or find a comfortable seat, totally cool. I just like this little bit of challenge, a little bit of different sensation in my lower body. And then start to blink your eyes closed. You can rest your hands down on the tops of your thighs. Lower your shoulders down and away from your ears. And just start to breathe. Taking big inhales through your nose and big exhales through your nose, engaging in your ujjayi breath right away. Just starting to settle into your space. Know that you've blocked off the next 45 minutes for yourself. So keep your mind on your mat. Tune into your body. Take a quick scan here as you're breathing deeply. Fill your belly, and on your exhale, empty everything out, contract your core. Take a few more breaths. And start to blink your eyes open. Find a comfortable seat if you're not already there. Lift your right arm up to the sky. Bend through your elbow. Find a tricep stretch here. Starting to warm up through our arms just a little bit. Keeping your chest proud. Find length in your spine. Pull your belly button in. Don't slouch over. And change out your arms. This time bend through your left elbow. Grab with your right arm. And release your arms down by your side. Take your right hand, grab for your left ear. Pull your right ear towards your shoulder. Maybe your left arm comes out. Intensifying this next stretch. And switch your sides, gently release. Left hand grabs for your right ear. You might want to roll out your wrists, whatever feels good. And release, coming back down. Sweep your arms up high overhead. Eagle arms on the right. Scoop your right arm underneath your left. Try to bring your hands back together at center. If this doesn't work in your body, always that option for that bear hug. But try to bring your palms back. Take an inhale, lift your gaze, send your arms high. Exhale, round over. Inhale, lift up your chest up to the sky. Exhale, lower back down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round down. And then rise back up to center and change out your arms. Sweep your arms up overhead. Left arm underneath right. Eagle arms on the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. And release. Shake out your arms. And find yourself in a tabletop. Come to all fours. Spread all 10 fingers out wide. Press down through the tops of your feet. Find a flat spine. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, send your gaze forward. Exhale, cat. Arch your spine. Look back towards your navel. Inhale, cow. Drop your belly. Pull your shoulder blades together. Exhale, cat. Arch your spine. Press the mat away. Keep moving through your cow and cat, linking breath to movement, using that ujjayi breath to power you through, wake you up, relax you, adding in anything that might call for you. You can circle out through the hips. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Take your right hand and flip your fingertips back towards your knees. Maybe you do your left hand at the same time. You can do it one hand at a time if that feels better in your body, and start to rock back and forth, just opening up through our forearms. Then come back to stillness. Now flip over. Fingertips still face your knees, but come so your palms are facing up towards the sky. Again, you might want to do this one arm at a time, one hand at a time. Start to rock back and forth. And then come back to a neutral tabletop. Maybe you just roll out the wrists a little bit. Get all of that gunk out of there. Spread through your fingers, tuck your toes, and then press back, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back and start to pedal it out. Then deep into one knee and the other. Working your chest towards the tops of your thighs. Like I mentioned before, a lot of focus today on our arms. So you'll find us in a downward facing dog a lot. So as we move on through class, let this pose become restorative. Let this become a break for your arms. Finding deep breaths every time we're here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Step your feet behind your hands, hip width distance. Release your torso down over your thighs. Keep a generous bend in your knees. Maybe grab for opposite elbows and swing from side to side. Find a nice release through your back, through your head and neck. Maybe shake your head yes and no. And release your fingertips down to the floor. Rise up one vertebra at a time, head and neck last to rise. Find yourself in a Tadasana, arms down by your sides. And take a few full cycle breaths here. Big inhale, sweep your arms up high. Exhale, drop your hands down to heart center. Inhale, sweep up and open. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, sweep up high. Exhale, lower your hands down to prayer at heart center. Samastitihi. I offer you this moment right here to set an intention for your practice. Maybe that's a word, a phrase, a mantra, something to help power you through this time we have together. Maybe it's something that you've been focusing on during your time in quarantine. Start to think about that, channel that thought. We'll seal that together with a community breath. Take a deep inhale through your nose, fill up. Big open mouth exhale. Sigh it out. Lower your hands down by your sides. Let's begin to flow through a sun salutation. Inhale, sweep your arms up high, mountain pose. Hold and breathe. Press down through your feet. Engage your quads. Tuck your tailbone under. Again, think about your arms. Spiral your pinkies in towards midline. Engage through your biceps and triceps here. Take an inhale. Exhale, baby back bend. Your variation. Send your hips forward, chest to the sky. Look up, reach back. And rise up back to mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, release, Fingertips to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat spine. Fingertips to your shins or in line with your toes, whatever feels better in your body, and breathe here. Send energy out the crown of your head through your tailbone, one straight long spine. Inhale. Exhale, squat and curl. Bend your knees, lower down to your fingertips. Glutes to your heels, forehead to your knees. Rounding out your spine here. Maybe testing your balance, lifting one hand and the other, pulling your knees into your chest. Begin to plant back down through your hands. Gaze goes forward. Step your right foot back, runner's lunge. And take a few moments here. Rock out through your hips. Take any movements that you need. Plant down through your right palm. Inhale, simple twist. Send your left arm high and breathe. Squeeze your thighs together. Lower your left palm down to the mat. Frame your left foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Now, I said we were working on arms. That means there will be a lot of chaturangas in class. Inhale, shift forward on your tippy toes. Exhale, lower down, low plank, and hold. We'll hold here through our flows today. If that's feeling good to you, then flip back over the tops of your feet. Upward facing dog. Hold for a few breaths. Maybe drop down for cobras early on. And then press back, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take a big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your foot between your hands. Again, same thing on this side. Start to walk out through your hips. Take any small movements that you need. Plant down through your left palm. Inhale, simple twist. Send your right arm high to the sky. Lower your right palm down to frame your right foot. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Right into squat and curl. Bend through your knees. Heels towards your glutes. Begin to straighten through your legs. Forward fold. Release down. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root down, rise up, moving breath to movement. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your left foot back this time. Plant through your left palm. Inhale, simple twist. Exhale, lower down. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, low plank. Hold for a full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full cycle breath. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your foot between your hands. Plant your right palm. Inhale, sweep your left arm high. Exhale, lower your palm down. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Squat and curl. Inhale, straighten through your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hang out in your fold here for a few breaths. We're moving on from Sun A. starting to speed it up a little bit. As we move through all of those chaturangas, know that you have the option to move faster through them. You can hold that low plank with me, challenge your arm strength. Maybe you skip them completely. Whatever you do, it's awesome. You're on your mat. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips low. Send your arms high. Hold and breathe here. Rock your weight into your heels. Again, thinking about our arms, biceps frame our ears. Spiral your pinkies in. Take an inhale. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Send your fingertips to the back of your mat. Pull your pinkies together. Feel that engagement in your triceps. Inhale, back to chair, rise tall. Exhale, forward fold, release through your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, high to low plank. Holding your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Rise tall and breathe. Press down through your right big toe. You're on the ball of your left foot. Left heel stacks on top of your left toes. Square your hips to the front. Pinky spiral in towards center. Inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Shift your torso forward. Pinkies track towards one another here. Engage your core to help hold up your torso. Inhale, rise back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, high to low plank. Hold. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Rise up. And exhale, sink into your pose. Inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. Shift forward. Keep your back leg engaged. Feel your triceps work. Send energy out your fingertips. Inhale, rise, back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, high to low plank and hold. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Hop, step, float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Holding at low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Back foot down, 45 degrees. Rise up and sink into your pose. Play around with your stance. Try to get both of your hips square to the front of your mat. Maybe make that manual adjustment. And then energetically send your hands up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, lower your hands to your low back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Drop just your right shoulder, tap it down to the inside of your right knee. Then use your core. Rise back up in control. And lower back down on your exhale. Inhale, rise back up. Use that core. Exhale, humble warrior and hold. Lower the crown of your head down to the mat. Keep a strong grip with your fingertips to the webbing. Begin to rise back up, warrior one. Exhale, high to low plank. Chaturanga. Hold low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, warrior one. And hold for your exhale. Maybe make that same adjustment. Find your stance that works for you. Lunging deep into our front knee, but keeping our back foot completely down. Inhale. Exhale, humble warrior. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Puff up through your chest. And then lower left shoulder down to the left knee. Rise back up. Use that core. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise back up. Last one. Exhale, humble warrior and hold. Lower all the way down. Finding your breath. Start to rise back up. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, high to low plank. Chaturanga with the hold. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, drop down to your knees. Towel off, grab some water. And find yourself in a child's pose. Your big toes can touch. You can split your knees out wide. Come back to your breath. Then begin to rise back up, tabletop, and find yourself back in a downward facing dog whenever you're ready. Inhale, rise high on your tippy toes. Exhale, melt your heels back down towards the floor. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink low, arms high. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Maybe you jump back, land in that low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your foot through. Drop your back foot down. Inhale, warrior two. Spiral open and breathe. Maybe lengthen out your stance just a touch. Peek down at your right big toe. If you can't see it, send your right knee to the top right corner of your mat. Chest and hips open to the side. Arms out energetically in a T. Moving through some pumping warriors. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Bring your arms together to touch. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift, straighten out. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two, and hold. Take an inhale. Hold for your exhale. Inhale, reverse warrior. Drop your left arm. Lift your right arm up and back and breathe. Reach out of your right arm. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands down, high to low plank and hold. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Drop your back foot down. Inhale, warrior two. Open up and breathe. Sink into your left knee. Spread your fingers out wide. Gaze over your front left middle finger. Moving into pumping warriors. Inhale, straighten, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior and hold. Wilted a weight in your back arm. Left arm lifts up and then over. Inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands to frame your foot. High to low plank. Hold for a full cycle. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink low. Exhale, chair with airplane arms. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Hold. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your right leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Rise up and breathe. From crescent lunge, we're moving into airplane pose. So you'll launch off your back foot. Your right leg is your standing leg. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, airplane pose. Moving slow and in control. Try to lower your left hip in line with your right. And then drop your hands down, standing splits. You can send your left leg high. Maybe challenge your balance with your right hand grabbing behind your calf. Begin to square your hips off. Extend out through your left leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat. Left knee behind right calf. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Drop your left foot. Next to your right, squat and curl. From your squat and curl, you might need to walk back a little bit if you're at the top of your mat. Plant down through your palms. Lift your hips up in the air just a little bit. We're moving into some modified tricep push-ups. So you're going to just rock your weight forward and then press it back. Rock forward and press it back. You'll start to feel that engagement in your triceps. Join along if you haven't already. And keep moving with your breath. Working on this movement, bending through your elbows, pressing down through your fingertips. Do 2 more. And come back to that squat and curl. Begin to straighten out through your legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Hold your low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, 3-leg dog. Send your left leg high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Hang out in your exhale. Moving to that same sequence on the left. Getting ready for airplane pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, launch forward. Lift your right leg. Engage through your arms. Try to drop your right hip in line with your left. One more inhale. Exhale, standing splits. Lower your fingertips. You can open through your right hip. Send your right toes to the sky. Release the crown of your head down. Begin to square off your hips. Inhale, extend out through your right leg. Exhale, Shiva squat. Right knee to left calf. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Drop your right foot down to meet your left. Squat and curl. Maybe walk back just a little bit. Moving into the second set of our modified tricep push-ups. Plant down through your palms. Lift your hips up off your heels and start to rock forward and then send your weight back. Rock forward, send your weight back. Rock forward, send your weight back. 2 more. Find yourself in your squat and curl. And release your hands down. Drop down to your knees. Press back. Child's pose. Towel off. Grab some water. I tell you, I miss being in that hot room. But the next closest thing is this hot Texas sun. I swear I'm breaking the sweat more than I do in the studio. So forgive me if I start slipping around, but I will take what I can get in terms of the heat, so I am not complaining. Take a few more breaths in your child's pose. So we've been working through a lot of arm engagement. The peak pose for class today is crow. So many of you have done crow. You're welcome to jump right into it if you want to do a more intense arm balance. Go for it. Totally up to you. I'll demo crow for you the way I like to get into it and just with some pointers that have helped me over the years. Everything that we've done in class has helped build us up to the fundamentals that we need in crow. So those modified tricep push-ups seemed kind of funny, but that's that motion of rocking your weight forward and kind of trusting that feeling of rocking it forward into your hands. So everything that we've done has kind of helped build it up. So you're ready. Even if you haven't ever tried crow, go ahead. I dare you to try it, especially when you're at home. There's no one there to laugh at you, or there's no reason to be embarrassed. You can put pillows down around you if that makes it a little bit better. So for crow pose, take your palms, plant them down, spread all 10 fingers out wide. You really want to grip down with your entire hand, so even through your fingertips. I like to come up in this tight position. I walk my toes in. Now we did all of those chaturangas today to prepare you for this. Bend through your elbows. Find those chaturanga arms. Step your feet out wide. You're looking for the knee to come to the back of your tricep. For me, it's a different spot every single day I try. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's closer to the elbow. So you just have to feel what works in your body. And once you find that connection, start to rock your weight forward. Send your gaze about 12 to 18 inches in front of your fingers. That is the pro tip here. And then you start to rock forward. Maybe you lift one foot. Maybe you lift the other. Now, if you're in shorts and your knees are really sweaty like mine, maybe you need to grab a towel. So once you get one leg up, maybe you get that other. Maybe you can start singing the alphabet. Get comfortable in your crow. Holding as long as you can, coming down to child's pose whenever you are ready. Challenging yourself. Pull your core in, your belly button into your spine helps you hold that pose a little bit longer. Eventually drawing your heels up towards your glutes. And then when you get really comfortable with crow, you can even practice jumping back into that chaturanga and then finding your full vinyasa flow. But we'll all meet back in a child's pose whenever you're ready, whenever you're done playing around. If you'd like a little more playtime, maybe you press pause. Explore what you need today. And as you sit in this child's pose, start to come back to your intention that we set at the beginning of class. Tune back in. Let that power you through the next part of class. We're down on the floor. We're getting more stretchy. From your child's pose, rise up into a tabletop. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your palms planted on the mat underneath your shoulders. Moving into baby cobra. Zip your thighs together, ankles together, toes together. Press down through the tops of your feet. So much, if you look at me right now, when I press down, my kneecaps lifted off the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, baby cobra. Peel your chest. Elbows stay pinned into your sides. Feel this in your low back, mid-back. Using that strength to hold your chest. Maybe you can wiggle out your fingers. Take another inhale. Exhale, lower left ear to the mat. Gaze right. Hands down by your sides. Draw your chin back to center. Plant down through your forearms. So your elbows will come underneath your shoulders. We're moving into Sphinx pose. Spread all 10 fingers out wide. Plant them down. You can keep your legs together or spread them out, whatever is more comfortable for you. But press down through the tops of your feet. And then start to think about sending your elbows to your abdomen. So they won't actually move because they're stuck to the ground. But just that thought in your body, you'll feel that change in your muscles. Broaden through your chest. Drop your shoulders down and away from your ears. We're going to be here for a few breaths. So as some of you might know, I'm obviously not in Evansville. I'm in Dallas with my family. And I've started these daily yoga sessions with my dad. And so he has, like many males in their 50s, have lower back pain. So this is one of the poses that really helps him. So if you have low back pain or someone in your family, you can always show them this pose. I find that the more you hold it, the more strength you build up and the more sensation you can build in your low and mid back. And release. Drop your right ear to the mat. Lower your hands down by your sides. Gaze to the left. Find this belly shavasana. Bring your chin back to center. Send your hands to the top corners of your mat and spider out your fingertips. So your elbows are pointing up to the sky or ceiling. And it's almost like, I call these kind of like spider arms. So these look like the legs of maybe a daddy long leg spider. Inhale, rise up, peel your chest up. On your exhale, dip your right shoulder down. Gaze over your left shoulder. Feel that stretch in your right side on your shoulder. Rise back up to center and dip the other way. Left shoulder goes down. Gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center one more time through. Drop your right shoulder down. And rise back up, other side. And rise back up. Plant through your palms. Press back, child's pose. Just for a few breaths to reset through our spine. Rise up, tabletop. Tuck your toes and press back, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Inhale, three-leg dog, send your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee drops behind right wrist. Left ankle, right ankle behind left wrist. Square your hips, broaden through your chest, and then lower down. One forearm, and then the other. Finding some release here. Coming back to that breath. Breathing into the parts of your body that need some attention, those tight muscles in your hips, your knee. Begin to press back up to your palms if you're not already there. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, send your right leg back up, and then just shake it out. Take any movement you need, meeting us back in downward facing dog. Inhale, three-leg dog. Send your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee behind left wrist. Crawl your right toes back. Square your hips. And then find your place in this pose. Start to rise back up onto your palms. Tuck your right toe. Lift your right knee. Send your left foot up to the sky. Shake it out. Downward facing dog. Last one of class. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, drop down to your knees, and then swivel around, lower all the way down to your back for the last few poses of class. Lowering all the way down. Find an active shavasana. Keep your eyes open. Feel your chest rise and your spine melt down to the ground. Pull both of your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Grab for outside edges of your feet, ankles, calves, happy baby pose. Flex your toes down to your face, knees outside your rib cage. Keep your entire spine glued down to the mat. You can start to rock and roll from side to side. Massage out your spine. Maybe extend through one leg and then the other, opening through your hamstrings. And pull your knees in. Keep a hold of your right knee. Send your left leg long down to the mat. Right side, when removing, pull straight down on your shin. Feel that pinch in your right hip flexor. Take one more inhale. Exhale, supine twist. Send your knee across your body. Tee out your arms. Gaze right. Keep both shoulders down on the floor. And change. Come back to center. Bring both knees into your chest. And change out legs. Right leg goes long down to the floor. Pull your left knee towards your left shoulder. Left side when removing. Interlace your fingers around your shin and pull straight down. Take an inhale. Exhale, supine twist. Cross your left knee over your body. Tee out your arms. Gaze left. Bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself one final squeeze here. Pull your forehead up to your knees. Contract into a tiny, tiny, tiny ball. Take an inhale. Exhale. Final shavasana. Send your legs long. Relax your arms down by your side. And melt into your mat. Keep enjoying your shavasana for as long as it feels good, and for as long as you can this evening. I encourage you to come back to that intention that you set at the beginning of class. Reconnect. I encourage you to thank your body for everything it just accomplished. Thank yourself for showing up, for rolling out your mat, ending your day with me. Give yourself some gratitude. I encourage you to stay here as long as you would like. Thank you so much for practicing with me this evening. I miss everyone so much, but I'm so thankful we can still practice virtually and we have this community. The light, the love, the greatness in me is so honored and inspired by the light, the love, the greatness in each and every one of you. Together we bow forward and say namaste.